Holland and surrounding areas. I'm Heather Quantmaker with At Home Realty, and today I'm coming at you to discuss the seller's market we're currently in and why that's good news for you. So first, a little background. We have been experiencing a seller's market here in West Michigan for the last several years. You've probably heard about that and have kind of wondered, what does that really mean? So a couple of the things that are driving this seller's market have to do with buyer demand and low inventory. Right now, we have lower than normal inventory levels. In fact, we are so low that buyers are really having a hard time even finding homes to purchase. The buyer demand is driven by two things. One is low interest rates, and the second thing that buyer demand is being driven by is millennial home buying. This year and next year are the peak buying years for millennials, and so this has created an issue where there are not enough houses on the market with many buyers looking to buy. And so there's a disconnect between those two segments, buyers and sellers. This is one of the things that makes this such good news for you. This year, January through September, we have seen a 16% increase in the median sales price, and that is after seeing year-over-year high appreciation for the last several years. So what that means as a seller is that your home is worth more now than ever. So for you, when you go to sell, you can cash in on that equity, and because of the high buyer demand, if you're looking to sell anytime soon, you will also receive very favorable terms, most likely, on your sale. We've already talked about the increase in the median sales price. A couple of other things that I want to make sure you're aware of would have to do with, number one, the days on market. We have seen a decrease in days on market over the last several years. For September of last month, we were sitting at about 6 days on market. This is great news as a seller because when you put your home on the market, we are able to strategically market it in a short period of time to drive buyer urgency to write strong offers on your home. Another thing that we are seeing when we put homes on the market is a strong list price to sales price ratio. Right now, we are seeing people get an average of 100.2% list price to sales price. That means that homes are going at or above the list price. Back in June, we were seeing around 104%, but we are seeing right now kind of the normal shift that we see in the market every October. Don't let this fool you into thinking the market is shifting overall though. One of the ways that we can determine that that's not the case is by looking at how much inventory we have. And as I already said, we are still down 30% over this time last year, meaning inventory is tight, buyer demand is there. And if you have been thinking about selling, now is a great time. Looking ahead to the future, this is one of the questions I get often is, where's the market going from here? Well, I'm here to tell you we are going to continue to be in a seller's market for several years to come. However, a couple of factors are going to drive a little bit of a slowdown. Don't take that to mean the market's crashing or anything like that, but we cannot keep up this bottleneck pace where there are not enough houses to satisfy the buyer demand. So a couple of things are going to affect the way the market goes in the future. One is that interest rates are predicted to increase. We're not going to see the 5, 6, 7% that we've seen in years past, but what we are going to see is right now rates are hovering in the low 3s, sometimes dipping into the 2s. We're going to see that steadily increase over the next year, meaning that buyer affordability will lessen next year, which will pull back a little bit of the buyer demand. We are expecting home prices to continue appreciating, but instead of having 16% appreciation, we're probably going to be looking at about 5%. So some people say, oh no, that's a big shift in the market, it's slowing down. But if I were to tell you that we were going 140 miles an hour on the road and we slowed down to 90, you wouldn't say that we've had a major slowdown or a meltdown. You would just say that we're at a more manageable pace, which we would welcome in this market. If after hearing all of this, you are wondering what your home is worth, or if now is the time for you to make a move that you've been contemplating, I invite you to reach out to me, heather@homesweetholland.com, or to simply pop onto my website, homesweetholland.com, and fill out a contact request. There's no obligation to have these discussions and to determine what the next right move for you will be.